Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush, it's the opening game of the 2021 season, the first regular season game in 2 years as the Brush Bee Diggers entertain the Eaton Reds. I promise we won't have music the whole game. Along with Kevin Fergus, I'm John Beltran. And a glorious day for baseball, but the weather's going to be a challenge here through May. And we'll be talking about that later on in the broadcast. The Eaton Reds go into this game ranked number 1 in all of Class 3A. The Bee Diggers are ranked 9th. In fact, 5 of the 9 teams in the top 10 are out of the Patriot League. Yesterday, Kevin, I was in Greeley for the Sterling University game. That was the number 2 team, University, the 2-time defending 3A champions, and Sterling ranked 7th. And entertaining game. University won 6-3, and it was really just a 4-run second inning that determined that, as they got back-to-back home runs early from Parker Disparty and Logan Getting. And the reason that I mention that is that with the pitching that we'll see in the Patriot League this year, we could see runs coming at a premium. They're not going to be 15-12 games like that at all.
I agree, and especially with the 2 guys that are throwing today, Ryan Urey for Eaton. He is a senior, and he's experienced, and he's a big, tall kid, and he can bring it. But the thing is, John, for Brush, they've got to realize that Urey has to throw strikes, and Brush needs to seek those strikes in order to be able to put the ball in play. They do that, and they'll be able to take care of what they need to on their end of it.
Well, he's a big left-hander who's committed to Oklahoma State. So we're talking about a Division I pitcher that the Bee Diggers will see to begin the 2021 season. Get it out of the gate. Get it out of the way quickly, Kevin, because from here it's only going to get better in terms of the improvement Brush will make offensively. Today's going to be the biggest challenge because it's game 1, and they're seeing the best pitcher definitely in all of 3A.
Yeah, very, very much so. I agree.
And it could be one of the better pitchers in certainly 4A or 5A. Now Eaton is dressed in their road reds with the white pants. And here's the deal. Eaton normally has one uniform that I've seen, the pinstripe, but now we've seen the red. They might have had it for a couple of years, Kevin, but normally every game has been those white pinstripe uniforms, whereas with the Bee Diggers, they've got those gold uniforms for the second straight year. I think they debuted those in 2019.
Correct.
And with the gray pants, coached by Tom Odell in his second year as the Bee Digger head coach.
I think Eaton's change in uniform came when Todd Hernandez became the coach 3 years ago. And when Bob Irvin took over for Jim Danley in 2016 and 17, they stayed with the red and white pinstripes, and that was their predominant uniform. Same was with Danley for the previous 30-plus years.
And in Coach Hernandez's first year, they got all the way to the state championship game where they lost to Valley. So Coach Hernandez has had nobody is going to have the same level of success as Jim Danley. I mean, he won title after title after title, but he's kept the program going in the right direction. And when you look at all the championships that the Patriot League has won, 2015 Eaton beat Brush, 2017 Valley over Eaton, 2018 University beat Lamar, 2019 University over Resurrection Christian. The Patriot League is always well represented. Now, we mentioned the weather. Today it's nice, tomorrow it's nice, but I'm scheduled to do a doubleheader Monday in Fort Collins at Liberty Common. That probably will not be played. So the ADs are going to have to get very creative here in scheduling, and that's not going to be easy because with pitch limitations, 110 pitches, if you go the distance, you've got to wait at least 3 days to throw that pitcher again. So you're going to have to get really creative if you're the AD and if you're the head coach with your baseball team.
I counted up. Basically, both these teams have 16 games over the next 36 days in order to be able to get to the end of the season. And you take away Sundays and the holiday, Memorial Day, and that just narrows that down just that much more. So if you've got a deep pitching staff, you'll be able to go far in the Patriot as well as into the state tournament.
Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back in 2 minutes for the first pitch of this afternoon's game between Brush and Eaton on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's get to the starting lineup here for the Eaton Reds. Batting first is the second baseman, Cole Schumacher. The second hitter is the center fielder, Jaden Stone. Batting third is the shortstop, Walker Martin. Ryan Urey, the pitcher, hits fourth. First baseman, Tate Smith, hits fifth. Ryder True, the DH, bats sixth. The shortstop is Gunnar Duncan. He bats seventh. Logan Moser in right hits eighth. And Ben Richter, the left fielder, will be hitting ninth. Defensively for Brush at first is Kyle Wellin. The second baseman is Braxton Shelton. Over at third is Cesar Hinojos. K-Dog, Kayden Moriarty is at short. Around the outfield, Caden Schwent is in left. The center fielder is David Wolfe. Over in right is Sam Metlin. Behind the plate is Ty Griffith. And hard-throwing right-hander Alejandro Maltos Garcia is on the mound. And, wow.
That's not thunder.
No, it's a sound system that needs to see if they can turn that off. Even when the game is not going on. There's a major distraction there. They say they can't even start the game if they can't turn that off. They're waiting to turn that off so they can actually start the game. And hopefully that'll be permanent. I don't know how valuable the music is. Opening pitch brought to you by Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Buildings by Design. And Alejandro Maltos Garcia will throw the opening pitch of the 2021 season here to Schumacher. Fastball is a strike on the outer half. Knee high, no balls and one strike. Game time 4:09. And the game time temperature. And the pitch goes to the screen. I guess we're still working on that. 61 degrees here in Brush. 1 ball and 1 strike to Schumacher, hitting for the right side with an open stance. Setting up on the left side of the rubber is Maltos Garcia. And the pitch is off the glove of Griffith to the screen, towards the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Schumacher, Stone, and Martin for Eaton, ranked number 1 in Class 3A going into this 2021 season. The kick and the pitch. Fastball is down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm not going to rely on the board. That's already up to a little bit of a slow. It's good now. And a 3-1 pitch. And that is a strike. Letter high. That's the top part of the strike zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Cole Schumacher. Lots of heat here from Hondo. He can just keep it under control. And that, boy, that's a good-looking pitch, but down and away. It's a 6-pitch walk to the opening hitter for Eaton, Cole Schumacher. Here is Jaden Stone, a left-handed hitter hitting out of the 2 position, playing center field. So, yeah, once you get through today and tomorrow, both games against Eaton, it gets very interesting next week because of the doubleheader and the weather forecast for that twin bill at Liberty Common. That's a big lead at first, and squaring to bunt. The pitch goes to the screen. It ricochets right back to Griffith. I don't know what that was, Kevin, because the ball was not even touched by the catcher, went all the way to the screen, and again, there's only about 20 feet between the catcher and the backstop. It is a wild pitch.
The batter did start to square around, but pulled back. And that's after the pitch went to the screen, then the runner moved up to second base.
And if Ura gets 1 run, I mean, that's enough for him. This guy's a major talent. He doesn't need 2 or 3 runs. He's good with 1 run. About a 5-step lead at second for Schumacher. Hondo looking back the offering. That fastball's on the inside corner for a strike. Thigh high, it's 1-1. Walker Martin is on deck. And, yeah, now you're going to have head coach Tom Odell coming out and speaking to the home plate umpire, and pitcher and catcher will converse. So the count at 1-1. That's an early conversation in a baseball game. Less than 2 hitters in. At second is Schumacher. He walked on a full count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. Top of the first inning. And the pitch swung on and fouled off the catcher. 1-2. Kevin will be with you tomorrow, along with Evan James, the Kevin and Evan show tomorrow. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now with a guy at second, nobody out, you're going to need a pop-up in the infield or a strikeout, just not to advance the runner, but Eaton is very good at the little things. Hondo looks back, and the pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. That was dirty. That was well off the plate and had major hook to it, and Stone is caught looking. There's 1 down. That's a money pitch there.
That was an excellent pitch and a good spot for it in order to be able to just change speeds.
Here's the left-handed hitting Walker Martin. Again, a sizable lead for Schumacher. In behind him is the shortstop Moriarty, and the fastball's a strike, letter high. I mean, you anticipate this will be a low-scoring game. I think this could be the first of 3 runs. No balls, 1 strike. Ty Griffith lays down the sign. Looking back is Hondo, the offering. Breaking ball swung on, chopped to first, and on that short hop, it was misplayed over there by Wellin. The ball's in shallow right field. Throw to the plate is going to be late. And a run scores. That's an error on Wellin. He should have backed up on that. It would have been an easy play. And he completely misplayed that out there at first base. No RBI. And Eaton leads 1-0. You got to do the little things correctly, and that was a total misplay of that grounder at first. I think if he backs up and Hondo covers, you have an easy 3-1.
Eaton scores the first run of the ball game.
Yeah, and they didn't have to do anything. A walk, a wild pitch, and an error. There's Ryan Urey. And the pitch. And the breaking ball's a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Now, in a scrimmage against Fort Morgan a couple of Fridays ago, he went 3 innings, allowed a hit, and also hit 4 home runs. And they tried to pitch around him on one occasion, and he wouldn't have any of it.
I'm sure when he comes into this park.
The pitch. Swung on. That ball's drilled into center field for a base hit. Advancing to second is Walker Martin, and that's the first hit of the game for Eaton. And they're still in business here for Tate Smith. Hey, that's a victory, Kevin. That is a victory by the very fact that was only a single.
Very much so.
Tate Smith, a right-handed hitter, very well balanced. You got a righty, 2 lefties, and now the next 2 are righties here. And this is another big, strong right-handed hitter in Tate Smith. Runners take their leads. And the pitch. Fastball is up and in. We do have a courtesy runner at first. And let's see if we can. That's Hayden, I believe. Is it number 6?
Number 16.
Oh, 16. Okay. The stretch in the 1-0. Up and in. Yeah, no. Oh, hold on. No, Walker Martin's at second. That looks like Hayden Vagaria, number 6 at first. Yeah, that's Hayden Vagaria. Martin's at second. 2 balls and no strikes to Smith. 1-0 Eaton. And the pitch. That fastball's above the letters. It's 3-0. Concession stand is open. That's not the case everywhere. University, it was not open yesterday. COVID protocols have not allowed all stands to be open. And that fastball is upstairs as well. It's the second walk of the inning issued by Hondo.
And that'll load the bases, John.
For Ryder True, the DH. Well, the Bee Diggers at double play depth right now. If they can hold them to 1 run, this will be a huge win after all of this traffic on the bases. And Hondo comes home. Swing and a miss and a fastball letter high. No balls and 1 strike.
True is a sophomore, so this is going to be his first action as a varsity player with Eaton, with last year being canceled.
Yep, against this junior, Alejandro Matos Garcia. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to third. To the plate as he no-holds on a bounce, and the ball gets loose and out. What a play by Griffith. He picked up the ball off the deflection, and his foot was on home plate. That fielder's choice 5-2, but that was all on the catcher. Not a good throw there by Nohals, and a great play there on the 5-2 fielder's choice by Ty Griffith. And again, the Bee Diggers tightening up just a little bit here. We've had an error and nearly a second error. Here's Gunnar Duncan from the right side. The pitch. Fastball is a strike on the inner half. Just above the belt, no balls and 1 strike. A walk, a wild pitch, an error, another walk. But there are 2 down. The pitch, breaking ball. There was a strikeout in there as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield defense, we know, is always a key. At the corners right now, they want to sharpen that up. The pitch, fastball is a little bit high. Ball 2, strike 1. On Gunnar Duncan, the 7th place hitter in this Eaton Reds lineup with a slightly open stance. That means the front foot is further away from the plate than the back foot. And the 2-1. Breaking ball, that is gorgeous. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hondo's got as good a breaking ball. Well, definitely, I think at this level, better than Arturo's was as a junior. 2-2 pitch. Fastball is up and away. Ball 3, strike 2. Now a base hit will score 2 unless it's in the infield because the runners will be going with a pitch. Biggetti at third, Smith at second, Ryder true at first. 3-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball as Duncan strikes out. And Hondo picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. A Beat Digger error. The bases were left loaded. We played half an inning. Eaton won, and the Beat Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Beat Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check them out today, Equitable Savings and Loan. Batting first for the Beat Diggers is the second baseman, Braxton Shelton. Ty Griffith, the catcher, at second. Kayden Moriarty, the shortstop, bats third. Alejandro Matos Garcia, the pitcher, hits fourth. David Wolfe, the center fielder, hits fifth. Cesar Hinojo hits sixth. Kyle Wellin, the first baseman, at seventh. Sam Metlin eighth. And Caden Schwent will be batting ninth against the left-hander Ryan Urey. Braxton Shelton is stepping in against Urey. And the pitch. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Will set the lineup defensively momentarily for Eaton. He likes to work quickly. He's an Oklahoma State University commit. And the offering. Swing and a miss. I think he pulled the string on him there. He's got that type of ball speed.
Yeah, that seemed like there was a different speed variation. And Braxton was definitely way out in front.
1 ball and 1 strike to the junior second baseman. And the pitch. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. And the count is at 1-2. And you can't take a home run swing against this guy.
No, they need to shorten up.
He's got enough velocity that an easy swing will carry the ball a long way. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a ball tailing away. And it's a strikeout. Braxton Shelton. And Braxton's going to have a big year. He had a huge freshman year. But that's the way you open the season with one heck of a pitcher. And Ryan Urey, here's Ty Griffith for the right side. And he's off the plate quite a bit. The pitch, swing and a miss on a bender. And it's not easy to pick up the ball. I mean, I couldn't pick that. I thought that was a fastball he was throwing. All of a sudden, that thing had late life. 1-0 Eaton. An unearned run in the top of the first inning. And the offering. Swing and a miss through the fastball in the outer half right by Griffith. No balls and 2 strikes.
Urey's doing exactly what I'm sure the Eaton coaching staff has asked him to, is get ahead in the count, throw strikes.
The tall left-hander gets the sign from Broken Bar. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And I think he took something off of that. He's got different levels of velocity. Tate Smith is at first. Kool Schumacher at second. And I think I might have, let's see, the third baseman over there is Dirk Duncan. Shortstop is Walker Martin. Ben Richter's in left. Jaden Stone in center. Logan Moser in right. Brogan Bar behind the plate. And Urey's pitch swung on and lifted to right field. That's got some carry to it. Along the line is Moser in fair territory. Makes the running catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Urey. We have played 1 inning in Brush in the 2021 opener. It's Eaton 1, Brush nothing. B-Digger Baseball brought to you in part by High Plains Bank on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Kevin Fergus from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. The B-Diggers trailing 1-0 as we head to the second inning. Eaton sent 7 men to the plate in the opening frame, but tallied just 1 run. 8-9-1. Logan Moser, Ben Richter, and Cole Schumacher. Now, Hondo did register a couple of strikeouts. He also had 2 walks in the opening frame. He threw 26 pitches unofficially. Wind and offering. Swing and a miss. On a fastball in the inner half. That's a big-time fastball there by Hondo. No balls and 1 strike. Gets a sign from Ty Griffith. And the offering. Fastball is upstairs, and the count levels at 1-1. B&B Appliance and Repair, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too. B&B Appliance and Repair. And the pitch. The bender is in the dirt. Ball 2, strike 1. You were telling me about a couple weeks ago, Kevin, thank goodness we didn't play baseball in April. There weren't too many great weather days in April. And the 2-1. Foul to the screen on a fastball down the middle. It's 2-2. And we've got a nice crowd. This is not a big park in terms of how many you can seat, but fairly packed here.
Brush always brings the people out, and Eaton travels well.
Oh, yeah.
When you got a number 1 team in the state.
Called strike 3 and a breaking ball.
Wow, that was a nice curveball.
And it's a strikeout of Logan Moser, the second strikeout that Hondo has on that breaking ball, 3rd strikeout overall. And there's 1 down in the second for Ben Richter, another right-handed hitter.
Number 4, Ben Richter.
They got a lot of big, tall hitters. Richter's not one of them, but baseball's not a game of size. It's a game of skill. And Hondo comes home. Fastball swung on and missed. You're not hitting that. That was above the letters. It's no balls and 1 strike. If you're either team, you have to be disciplined with what you swing at. Hasn't been a hard hit ball yet. The offering. Fastball is high. Lefty's tough to hit, but it was K-Dog that actually put some decent aluminum while the 2 right-handed hitters went down for brush in the bottom of the 1st inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the offering. Fastball, strike, belt high on the outer half. Ball 1, strike 2 to Ben Richter. You know, they say time flies. I'm going to dispel that theory in a second after this batter. Okay, I'm so sick of that time flies theory, the breaking ball down and away as the only theory. I get it. Kevin, it felt like it was 4 years ago the last time we did a game. Okay, it didn't feel 2 years.
It's been forever.
Okay, so it might have been 2 years ago on the calendar, so that's where time did not fly. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled down the right field side. A late swing, a shortened swing there by Richter, and the count remains at 2-2.
We're glad to be out here. I'm sure the players are glad to be out here.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And the coaching staff. You know, last year was disaster because, you know, there was always that was hanging over everyone's head of, are they going to be able to play? Are they going to be able to play? And then finally they just pulled the plug. But, you know, up until that point, the coaches, what do you do with all the players?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, you're hopeless at that point. The number 9 hitter, Richter, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. He did it again. Hondo unleashing the bender, and he froze Richter 2 down in the second. Oh, man. He's got some electric stuff. The only downfall is that he's going to build up his pitch count.
Yeah, he needs to get ahead in the count, especially as we start top of the order with Schumacher right here.
Yeah, and he walked him last time. Fastball is high.
And you start off 1-0. That's exactly what you don't want to do.
Well,
you want to be able to get ahead 0-1, 0-2.
Yeah, strike-to-ball ratio is not good right now. 21 strikes, 17 balls. You got to have at least a 2-to-1 ratio. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Hondo's going to need somewhere about a 9 to 10 pitch inning with somebody putting the ball in play in his defense, doing the job, which did not happen in the 1st inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss. A blazing fastball, knee high. And it's 1-2 to Cole Schumacher. Hondo is just 1 pitch away from striking out the side in order and registering his 4th consecutive strikeout. The pitch, fastball, very high. Ball 2, strike 2. Hondo looks very, very comfortable on the mound. Easy motion. He just turns and fires. Breaking ball called, strike 3, inner half. He struck out the side in order on 3 breaking balls, 5 strikeouts in the game for Hondo. 1 1/2 innings are complete here in Brush. It's Eaton 1, the Beat Diggers nothing. We're back in 1 minute on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
And we're back to Sunset Field here in the bottom of the second inning.
And Hondo will step in for the Beat Diggers, 1-0 in favor of the Eaton Reds on a Beat Digger error. And the pitch, fastball, is down and away. Kevin will take you through the 3rd and 4th innings, and we'll see what happens from beyond that, depending upon how this game is going. Hondo from the right side, 1-0 pitch, fastball, a strike, and he painted the outside corner. Very Rembrandtian. I found out that's a baseball term. You're a Rembrandt when you paint the corners. I didn't make that up. Hondo with a close stance. And the left-hander fires. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. I'm not sure where Ryan Uri will play at the next level in terms of positioning. He'll be at Oklahoma State, but obviously he can pitch. He can destroy the baseball. Play first and some outfield. Pitch swung on, grounded to second. A routine 3-hopper. And the short throw to first by Schumacher is well in time. And there's one down as Hondo's retired. And here's David Wolfe. And you know one thing, I would be stunned if it isn't throw at least a no-hitter this year against somebody. I mean, the Patriot League is good, but not every team is good in the Patriot League.
Yeah, he'll end up finding a team that it's his turn to pitch, and he'll dominate. And five inning no-hitter, absolutely.
And the pitch is up and away to Wolfe.
I mean, he's capable of more than that, but, the thing is like, if they play a Liberty Common or an Estes Park.
But he probably wouldn't pitch those games now that I'm thinking about it. They would probably put in their number 3 or 4 pitcher. And the 1-0. And that's all the way to the screen off the glove of Brogan Barr. 2 balls and no strikes. Ooh, doesn't that breeze feel good? Let that kick up a little bit because the temperature's in the low 60s. But that sun is out in full force. And, yes, I've got my little beanie on to protect at least most of my skin. And the pitch, that is low with a fastball. 3-0, the Bay Diggers are looking for their first base runner. 1 down, the base is empty in the bottom of the second inning. Eaton 1, Brush nothing. On a walk, a wild pitch, and an infield error. That's how the run scored. The pitch, that's over, but low. It's a walk to David Wolfe, the first Beat Digger runner of the season. Here is Cesar Hinojos. Certainly the best basketball player for Brush, had a huge year in leading the Beat Diggers to the state tournament. He lost in the opening round to Ken Denver. The pitch, and that tails away. Throw back to first, and nothing doing. Wolfe is back in. Well, that's 5 consecutive balls by Ryan Uri. The catcher, Barr, sets up towards the outer part of the plate. And the 1-0 pitch, strike. Fastball down the middle at the knees, and the count levels at 1-1. Short lead at first, but I seriously doubt that Wolfe will go anywhere against the left-handed pitcher. And there's the throw to first, and he's caught between first and second. He'll run towards second. There's the throw to the shortstop, and the pitcher covering and out is Wolfe, and you can't do that on the bases. I have no idea. I mean, you almost should stay there. That's going to go Smith to Walker to Uri. That's 3-6-1, or 1-3 to 6-1. And that just can't happen. I mean, that's a huge mistake. But where are you going? You're not going anywhere.
You get a gift. You got to walk. You're on first base.
Yeah, stay there.
Let Hinojos do what he can against Uri.
The pitch, low, 2-1.
But don't get picked off.
Well, now Brush has made 3 mistakes in this game already. The error at first. Hinojos got away with that throw at third because Griffith made a great play, and that's a base running error. You can't I mean, you've got to play almost flawless baseball. The pitch, swinging a foul right off the umpire's mask. And the count levels at 2-2. Now, luckily, the mistakes are against Eaton in a 1-0 game, and it's early. But you don't want to develop any of these sloppy habits moving forward, even if the competition does weaken a bit.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Coach Hernandez for Eaton before the game started. And we just talked about, here it is, the 1st of May, and usually what you're doing 1st of May is you're setting your lineup. Everybody knows their roles. You're setting your pitching staff so that you can get ready for playoffs. And here we are with the first game of the season, and it's May 5th. And
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
All right, sorry, I had to get that.
Ole.
Soy Latino.
So here we go. It's like, Hernandez, he understands, and it's kind of like, things are going to change between now and June 10th.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty in the bottom of the 2nd. And the pitch to Cesar. Swing and a miss on a fastball down and in. And the B-Diggers essentially are retired in order. We'll head to the 3rd inning. In Brush, Eaton 1, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sean Beltran back with Kevin Fergus here at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Eaton leads Brush 1-0. Top of the 3rd inning. And Mr. Kevin Fergus will take it away.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. And this is fun being out here on a beautiful sunshiny day, 60 degrees. And Hondo is working on 5 in a row. And he comes up to the 2-3-4 hitters, Jaden Stone. First pitch is low and away. Count 1-0. Hondo's breaking ball has been working very well today, and he's thrown it at the most opportune times. And that ball's fouled off to the left side.
Well, it's been his out pitch. I mean, he has, with 2 strikes, he's thrown that breaking ball, and it froze 4 of the 5 hitters that he struck out in this game. He has been nailed so far.
Eaton's been on their heels when he throws that curveball. So 1-1 to Jaden Stone. And a check swing, and the umpire says, yes, he did. He went around. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed batter for Eaton. Ball up and away, 2-2.
You have 8 combined strikeouts in this game, 5 by Hondo, 3 by Uri.
And there's the curveball, just tapped right out in front. Griffith gets it at first and throws it wide to first base. Wellin catches it, keeps it from going down the right field line, but safe at first on the throwing error by Ty Griffith.
Yeah, I mean, he got out of that crouch pretty quickly, but again, a good throw. And there's no doubt that Stone would have been out. So the B-Diggers commit their 2nd error of the game, as Walker Martin will step in.
Martin steps in. Ure on deck. Tate Smith in the hole. Eaton's been getting a pretty good lead at first base against Alejandro, and he just checks him, goes over to first base. This is where that balanced batting order comes in, right? And now you had left-hander, and then Ure will bat from the right side. Ball up and away for ball 1.
Well, you got to get this guy out, because if you get Ure up there with 2 on and nobody out, that 1-0 lead could be extended pretty quickly.
And Ure takes a look at these 300 signs right down the left field line and the right field line.
It's a layup for him.
And that's easy. Now, to hit it to straightaway center field, 380. I mean, that takes a pretty good poke to knock it out. The wind, a little breeze, a little bit from the southwest to the northeast across the field from left to right. Ball up and away, 2-0.
Well, Hondo doesn't give in. His breaking ball has been, as you mentioned, nails today, but I think he's probably going to go fastball just to get back into the count.
This next pitch is number 50 for Hondo. Strike. 2 balls and a strike.
Not only was that a strike, it was on the inside corner, so even if Walker Martin tried to swing, he wouldn't have got much of it.
Yeah, it was in on his hands, and it would have tied him up, absolutely. See if Brush can tighten up their defense today. You know, they've had a couple miscues so far. Get the nerves out and play ball. Strike low and inside corner.
Another fastball. He's got nothing but fastball, but you know what? He is setting up this hitter for the backdoor breaking ball. Let's see if he does it.
Absolutely. 2-2. Hondo looks into Griffith for the sign. Batter steps back, recollects himself. Runner at first takes his lead. Hondo from the stretch. And ball hit out to center field. And David Wolfe misses it. And Jaden Stone moves to third. And Walker Martin goes to second base. What do you think, John?
Yeah, it's going to be
a hit or an error.
It's a base hit. It was a sinking line drive, but you know what? That got him on the glove. I think it should have been caught, but that's tough to give him a straight-up error on that one. But those are the plays that have to be made there. David Wolfe had a good beat on the baseball. He anticipated it. It was sinking fast. But quite frankly, those are plays that have to be made. We will give Walker Martin a double. But it was a little bit of a gift, and now you have the infield in with Uri up there in a 1-0 lead for Eaton in the third.
Nobody out. Curveball. Strike. Hondo changed things up. I'm sure Uri was looking fastball right there. Ball inside. Up and in. Ball even, or the count evens at 1-1 strike.
Well, let's see if we can get him to pop up or just a sac fly. At least keep this at 2-0 if they extend the lead here.
And the pitch, curveball, off speed, and Uri tops it, and it goes about 15 feet down the third baseline foul. Hondo's ahead in the count, 1-2 strikes.
I think you got to go above the letters with a fastball. He can hit the high pitch, but it's got to be above the letters. See if he goes fishing.
There we go. You called it, John. 2 strikes. Ball was up in the eyes. Sometimes you just change that eye level, you know, as the pitch for coming into the batter, and that can change that whole look. The pitch, curveball, swinging strike 3. Uri strikes out
I'm going to tell
for the first out.
Yeah, but Hondo, this guy, wow. I mean, he just struck out a Division I hitter with that nasty breaking ball, 6 strikeout. He's got 5 of those on curveballs, but you have more trouble right here with Tate Smith at the plate and 2 on and 1 out.
Strike on the inside corner at the letters to Tate Smith, the first baseman.
And the infield is playing in.
And ball, he swung at it and inside out at it down the right field line, but the ball went foul. Past first base.
By inches. I mean, by inches. If that thing stays fair, it's 3-0. Now let's see what Hondo does. This is a rare hitter that is ahead of 0-2.
Looks like Tate Smith is choked up on the bat. Hondo throws the pitch, and it is outside. 1-2 strikes.
The only criticism of Hondo is that he hasn't got ahead of a ton of hitters, but, man, his stuff has been great today. 6 strikeouts.
Pitch was in the dirt, and Griffith did what he needed to keep the ball in front of him, to keep the runners at bay at second and third.
This is a money pitch right now at 2-2. He might go breaking ball again. That might have been a setup for another breaking ball.
Up in the eyes of the batter, Tate Smith. Full count, 3-2 strikes. Runners won't be going anywhere. They'll be staying home with first base open. Pitch from Maltos Garcia, swinging strike 3.
On another breaking ball. I mean, the breaking ball that Hondo's been throwing has been lethal. And let me tell you, the best pitcher Brush will face this year is Ryan Uri. The best pitcher Eaton could face this year is Hondo. Well, the way he's throwing 7 strikeouts and 6 on breaking balls, and there's 2 down, and the infield now plays back.
Absolutely, John. The first pitch from Hondo to the batter, Gunnar Duncan.
That's Richter True.
Richter True.
Yep. Richter True in his first plate appearance hit into that fielder's choice, that 5-2 fielder's choice.
Thank you for that, John. I'm off one. And
pitches down and away, 2-0.
2-0.
I'll help you out. First game for both.
All right. Like you said, last year sitting out, it's one of those things, just getting the timing down. Pitch, hit to first baseman. Kyle Wellin scoops it up on the ground, steps on first base, and Eaton scored 1 run.
0. They did not score a run. No runs in the inning.
Okay. They did not score a run in the inning. Okay. Very good. Rose, we have the score of 1-0 after 2.5 innings of play, and we'll go to break. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com at the Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the bottom of the 3rd inning for Brush, Kyle Wellin will be the hitter. Sam Metlin on deck, Caden Schwent in the hole. So this would be your 7, 8, 9 hitters for Brush in the bottom of the 3rd, facing Ryan Ure. He's thrown 21 pitches through the first 2 innings. Pitch from Ure on the outside corner of the plate, a strike.
His ball-to-strike ratio is not that great either. 13 strikes, 9 balls, but he hadn't thrown a lot of pitches, and that helps him a ton here. With Eaton up 1-0.
And Wellin, it wasn't really a check swing, but he got his bat out into the zone and fouled it off. So he falls behind the count, 0-2. Ure, I'm sure, is salivating that.
Yes.
Wellin with number 13 on his back and the pitch. And Wellin takes a cut at a ball that's up in his eyes. Strike 3, swinging strike.
Strikeout number 4 for the left-hander from Eaton. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And that'll bring up Sam Metlin. Brush is loaded with juniors on this team. David Wolfe, a senior. Ty Griffith, a sophomore. But the rest are juniors. Ure, a senior. And throws the first pitch.
That's a strike at the knees.
Strike at the knees.
Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Premier Farm Credit. It says 1-0 on the board, but I think he rang him up there with a strike.
And Metlin chases a pitch up now to the zone.
Yeah, but it's 0-2. The board is incorrect.
Just about where I'm sitting, I couldn't see that he ended up having the strike call, but
it wasn't very.
I did see his right shoulder move, but I didn't see the strike call. And Metlin fouls that back to the screen. And that's what they have to do. Brush just needs to shorten up on the bat and put the ball in play. Thing is, Ure, as good as he is, Division I, he has to throw strikes. Brush has to attack anything that's in that zone and not chase anything out of that zone in order to be able to have a chance today. Ball is inside and low at the knees. We have 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ure, the lefty, and throws the pitch up out of the zone, and Metlin chases it and strikes out swinging. That's a second out on the inning, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Caden Schwent, the left fielder.
If I'm Caden here with 2 down and the bases empty, I mean, he's fast. Lay down a bunt.
And make them feel the ball. Make them have to make the same mistakes that Brush made. Pitch up above the shoulders to Caden Schwent, ball 1.
Yeah, if you try to muscle up against this guy, I mean, only a couple of beat diggers have made contact.
Second pitch to Schwent upstairs, 2-0. Brush is going to have their chances. They're only down 1-0, John, through 2.5 innings. And if they put the ball in play, they can make something happen and put pressure on Eaton. That pitch from Ure, a strike.
Yeah, but that if word is a short word with a lot of letters.
Maybe that's why Ure only has 3 letters in his name. Pitch to Schwent, upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Schwent giving it a good look. Digs in against the senior righty from Eaton. The pitch, strike, right down the middle. Full count. Schwent's going to make sure that he sees all the pitches that he needs. Extend this at bat, and the pitch is upstairs, and Schwent takes ball 4 and runs down to first base. That'll bring up the top of the order, Braxton Shelton. Braxton struck out his first time facing Ure. Took big cuts, John, and I think if he cuts down on those cuts, I think he can put the ball in play. And
got to be selective here.
There's a lot of green out there. The brush field looks excellent at this point in time of the season. A lot of green, grass, and we'll see if Braxton can put the ball down on that green grass in the outfield. Move Schwent up. Shelton swings through the first pitch from Ure.
Well, he threw a major off speed there, and he's got to be able to read it out of his hand. And he took a fastball swing and pretty much a changeup or a sinker.
There's a little bit of cloud cover in center field, and I'm sure by him bringing that pitch and Schwent steals second base. The pitch was a ball, but Schwent steals second.
And see, and he didn't even get that great of a jump, but he's so fast. He is so fast, and he read the pitcher beautifully.
1 ball, 1 strike to Braxton Shelton. Braxton, this is the time in order to put the ball in play and get Schwent in. 2 outs, he's going to be running on anything. Just a line drive right over the second baseman's head. Perfect. That'd be ideal. Pitch was low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike to Braxton Shelton. Second baseman, junior for Brush. Schwent gets his lead. Not a big lead at second, but I think he could get a little bit further. And Shelton swings through the pitch. Pitch was low and in.
Yeah, that would have been 3-1. You've got to be very selective here, and you don't have a lot of time to be selective against this left-hander who struck out Shelton to begin the bottom of the first inning.
Shelton inches up on the bat, and the pitch from Ure. Schwent to third, but it doesn't mean anything as Shelton strikes out. Strikes out swinging. And that will take us to the end of the third inning. Eaton Reds 1, Brush Beat Diggers 0 through 3 innings. It's a beautiful day at Sunset Field in Brush, and we look forward to what we've got coming up here in the fourth. So we'll take 5 seconds or 30 seconds.
1 minute.
1 minute, Rose. 1 minute.
On 1010 KSIR in the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
And we join action at Sunset Field in Brush. Brush is down 1-0 to the Eaton Reds on the first pitch from Alejandro Maltos Garcia to
Dirk Duncan.
Duncan was a ball, and he fouled this one down the right field line and out of play. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike.
An unearned run in the first inning. That's the difference in this game. But Hondo's been nails. He has struck out 7 Eaton Reds.
Pitch from Hondo and fouled off to the right side. I'm sure the batter in the on-deck circle is saying, whoa, that was pretty close.
Oh, my gosh, is he ever. We have 13 combined strikeouts in this game.
Pitch from Maltos Garcia, curveball. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gunnar Duncan.
Yeah, this is Dirk. I thought it was Gunnar. I think I had
you
that.
You thought it, okay.
It was my bad. It's Dirk
okay,
Duncan.
It's Dirk.
It's the other Duncan.
Okay,
yeah,
there's 2 Duncans 12. On this team.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Okay.
I had written down, or I had posted Gunnar, and it's Dirk instead.
Okay.
Out of the 7 hole, this is the bottom of the order here for Eaton.
Maltos Garcia attacks, and Duncan He didn't have a chance at that. His back foot was bailing, and while he was swinging, strike 3.
Well, he thought it was going to be a breaking ball. He opened up, and all of a sudden it was a fastball. Of his 8 strikeouts, Hondo's got 6 on the breaking ball and 2 on the fastball. There's 1 down in the 4th inning.
And that brings up Logan Mosier.
And he struck out looking his first time.
Griffith giving the sign to Garcia, the pitch. Curveball, strike. He's definitely got that pitch down. He's feeling it really good today.
Gosh.
And he's throwing well and hiding it well because Eaton's off balance with it.
They are.
Counts 0-1. Pitch upstairs, strike. Right at the letters.
I mean, there's been one hard hit ball in this game. That was the one to center that David Wolfe nearly made the grab on.
Pitch and from Maltos Garcia and a swinging strike. Pitch was at the letters, but Logan Mosier swings through the pitch for the second out, and that brings up Ben Richter.
9 strikeouts for Hondo, 5 swinging and 4 looking.
Hondo looks in for the sign and brings the pitch, and it's upstairs, ball 1.
And Richter struck out looking his first time. I think he struck out virtually everybody in the lineup, but not everybody. But he has struck out Ryan Urey.
Hondo's second pitch to Ben Richter, low and away in the dirt. The ball goes to the screen, 2-0. Griffith didn't shuffle his body over in front of that, but there's nobody on base. But you don't want to get into bad habits. 2-0 pitch upstairs to the 9-hitter, Richter. 3 balls, no strikes. You don't want to lose this guy, Alejandro, with the top of the order coming to the plate. And ball 4. Pitch was inside at the knees, but ball 4, Richter runs down to first base. And that brings up the top of the order in Cole Schumacher.
Hondo issues his 3rd walk of the game, but he had 2 in the first inning.
2 outs. Richter gets a good lead. And the pitch, strike right at the letters. I'm sure Hondo's taking a look at what Richter's doing over at first. But Richter's not going to do anything in order to take the bat out of the top of the order, except he takes off on a hit and run, and the ball is fouled to the screen. So Richter will go back to first base.
Ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Schumacher walked in the first and scored, and then he struck out looking.
Richter with the lead, and the pitch from Maltos Garcia upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Griffith throws down to Kyle Wellin at first base, and Richter gets back to the bag. The pitch from Maltos Garcia. Richter takes off and swinging, strike 3. That pitch was upstairs at the letters, but it was that off-speed pitch, curveball. So Hondo gets 3 this inning, and he has 8 for the game, 9 for the game.
Hondo has 10 strikeouts in the game.
For the game, and we have a 1-0 game. Eaton Reds 1, Brush Beat Diggers 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sunset Field in Brush. Ty Griffith at the plate. First pitch from Ryan Urey, the pitcher for Eaton. Upstairs, a ball 1. Brush is trailing this game 1-0 on an unearned run in the first inning. Urey with the second pitch of the at-bat and takes a little bit off. And Griffith swings through the pitch. Count evens at 1-1.
He's got a great changeup, just like Hondo's got a great breaking ball.
Urey is sitting at 42 pitches in this at bat and brings it a little bit different speed than the last one. And Griffith swings through the pitch.
I mean, I'm sorry, I got to see the beat digger. Somebody It's not middle of the order, but somebody's got to attempt a bunt here. Yeah, I mean, you can't match him by playing big ball. You got to play some small ball.
Griffith is choked up on the bat about 3 inches.
I can't
Ure
bunt now.
with the pitch. I don't think he's going to bunt, but
No,
just choking up on the bat. You know, I mean, he shortens up his swing and puts the ball in play. 2-2 to Ty Griffith, the catcher for the Beat Diggers. Wears number 10 on his back. The pitch, and Griffith hits a line drive to left center field and first base with a single. Breaks up the no-hitter.
But it's exactly what you said, Kevin. He shortened up his swing. Nice job shortening up his swing. And Jace Krieger with a lot of speed is the courtesy runner at first for Brush.
Griffith, the catcher, can come back to the dugout, put his gear on, be ready for the top of the 5th inning. But Krieger goes to first base. Krieger needs to be careful at first. Make sure that Ure brings it to the plate. First pitch to Kayden Moriarty, the left-handed batter. Upstairs, ball 1. Krieger got a pretty good secondary lead. I'm sure Eaton is going to pay attention to that. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the catcher throws down the pitch from Ure. And the ball fouled back by Moriarty to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. The score being 1-0 Eaton. Brush is very much in this ball game, and it's a pitcher's duel just like what you were saying, John, and we're excited about that. And that was, I'm not sure what that was. It was an off-speed pitch, but it definitely had Moriarty fooled, and he swung through the pitch.
Yeah, that looked like it was a breaking ball tailing away from the left-hander. Now he's down at 1-2.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that, I mean, it had movement like a cutter,
yeah.
And I'm just thinking that I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Ure is throwing that 1 ball, 2 strikes to Moriarty. Ball down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Krieger at first. Moriarty, the junior, facing the left-handed Ure, and that looked like a balk to me. Just where he ended up putting his foot down as he threw over to first base. But it was awkward going to first. I mean, you got a big lanky guy like that. But Krieger gets back to the bag. 2-2 to Moriarty.
Coach Wellin's got to keep him close to the bag.
And a line drive, left center field. And Moriarty gets a single, and Krieger moves up to second base. Brush has something going here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And that pitch was down.
The pitch was down, and he went down and got it and put it into play. And that's all you got to do.
Well, let's see what Hondo could do here. The Beat Diggers are threatening for the first time in the game. They trail 1-0, 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Hondo grounded out to the second baseman, his first time up. Runners at first and second. First baseman's playing in, and the pitch is in the dirt. Wild pitch, and the runners move up.
Well, now you got a great opportunity to tie the game, an outstanding opportunity now. Second and third, nobody out, down 1-0, bottom of the 4th. And you've got your cleanup hitter at the plate.
Maltos Garcia digs in. Runners at second and third, nobody out, and Maltos Garcia swings through the pitch. It was up in his eyes, I think maybe about shoulder height, and he just out in front on that pitch. Ure pulls the string and changes speeds very well. The pitch from Ure, and Maltos Garcia swings at that pitch up in his eyes.
Yeah, but he can't fall sucker to that pitch. He's done it twice in a row. The infield is playing in. That pitch was higher than the last one. All this pitcher is going to do is climb the ladder on Hondo to try to get him fishing. He's got to lay off that pitch.
A ball and 2 strikes to the number 4 hitter for Brush. Nobody out. And the pitch is way up. Catcher Barr stretches, and it just inches out of his webbing on his pud. 2-2 to Maltos Garcia. Ure, pitch number 55 coming on this offering to Maltos Garcia. Maltos Garcia steps off. Ure steps back. Everybody just recollects themselves. And Maltos Garcia, let's get a good at bat here. Put the ball in play, the pitch. And Maltos Garcia swings through the pitch for strike 3.
Well, he did swing at a good pitch. He just made a very good pitch. Hondo did not get himself out there.
Brings up David Wolfe. David walked his last at bat and then was picked off at first base. But Wolfe, a senior, signed to go to Midvale College in Texas. And strike to Wolfe at the letters. This is where David needs to dig down deep and say, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. You put the ball in my zone, I'm going to win. Wolfe calls for time, steps out.
Infield still playing in for Eaton.
And the pitch from Ure, and a strike right down the middle. Wolfe wears number 7 on his back. We've got Jace Krieger at third, Kayden Moriarty at second. 1 out. This is where you root for David to be able to get a base hit. And he fouls it off to the right side. Still down in the count, 0-2. But he's battling. Beautiful day, 62 degrees. A little bit of cloud cover in center field, but there's no rain this afternoon.
Yeah, that'll change in a few days, unfortunately.
The pitch from Ure, and Wolfe swings through the pitch, strike 3.
Yeah, that was a big swing, and that's got to change there for the Bee Diggers. Their 2-strike approach. And that is strikeout number 8 for the left-hander from Eaton. Now 2 down in the infield, plays back against Hinojos, who struck out his first time.
Hinojos needs to get a good at bat here. Ball 1. On the outside edge of the plate, but not called a strike. Cesar is a good athlete, and he's really shown me a lot, basketball court, and here on the baseball field, swings through the pitch. Evens a count at 1. 2 out. Perfect opportunity for Brush. You got runners at second and third, ducks on the pond, and what a perfect opportunity to be able to drive those runners in, take the lead against Eaton in this very nice matchup. Hinojos swings through the pitch down at the knees.
Well, you got to figure something out now. You're in the hole at 1-2.
I'd like to see Hinojos inch up on the knob of that bat so he's not so far down. And here's the pitch from Ure, and the pitch is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cesar Hinojos. Kyle Wellin stands in the on-deck circle. Ure peers in for the sign from Barr and brings the pitch. And Hinojos swings through the pitch for strike 3. Strikeout swinging. At 4 complete innings at Sunset Field in Brush Beat Digger Baseball. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sport Network. And we're back to Sunset Field in Brush, Colorado. Eaton Reds 1, Brush Beat Diggers 0. We go to the top half of the 5th inning.
Jaden Stone here leading off for
very good
Eaton. You got Stone, Martin, and Ryan Ure. Pitches in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Kevin will take you through the 5th inning here.
Okay. Maltos Garcia starts Stone off with a ball. That's pitch number 82, right in that ballpark. And Stone fouls that off down the left field line.
Yeah, I've got 84 right on the number there after that pitch.
I have 83.
But
so
this could be the last
close.
inning. He's got 110 that he can use up, and I think this will be the last inning for Hondo.
Very much so. And, it's one thing that you've got to keep track of. And I know these guys have been throwing. They've been throwing all winter and in the month of April in games. Maltos Garcia throws two balls and a strike to Jaden Stone, the number 2 hitter. Hits from the left side.
Still a 1-0 game. An unearned run in the top of the first inning is held up for the left-hander for Eaton. The Bee-Diggers had back-to-back base hits from Griffith and Moriarty. They were at second and third, but 3 strikeouts in a row.
Stone hits it to Shelton at second on the ground, and he gets it over to Wellin at first for the out.
Keep in mind that Hondo has allowed just 2 hits, which is the same number of hits that Uri has allowed as well. So these pitchers have been virtually dead even.
It's just that Hondo's pitched about 30 extra pitches as compared to Uri. Walker Martin fouls that to the screen.
Martin reached on an error and doubled, so he's been on base twice. And that double was a catchable play in the outfield, but not made.
You saw Sterling and University yesterday. You said the score was 6-3.
University, yep.
University. And those 2 teams are top 10. And here you have these 2 teams, top 10. And then you also have Res Christian that's in the top 10 from the Patriot League.
They're at number 3.
1-1 pitch from Maltos Garcia. Griffiths is calling for it high. And it is fouled back by Walker Martin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. I think this sets Martin up for that outside corner breaking pitch.
Right, that backdoor breaking ball.
Pitch from Maltos Garcia, sure enough. And Martin swings through the pitch for strike 3.
Wow. Strikeout number 11, and he struck out Uri the last time, and Ryan singled the first time, so he's 1 for 2, and this is the time you want him up there. 2 down and the base is empty.
But you still don't want to give him anything good to hit. It is 300 down the line. Uri steps in against Maltos Garcia. Starts him off with a curveball strike at the letters. Griffith does a nice job behind the plate. He frames the pitch as well.
Oh, yeah. He's a very good receiver of the baseball.
I was really looking forward to watching him last year as a freshman, and, he's not disappointing here as a sophomore. I like what he does behind the plate. I saw him previously when he was a younger player on those teams that were coming up to the varsity program. Griffith does a nice job behind the plate. And breaking ball, 2 balls and a strike. That was up and away. 2 balls and a strike to Uri. The offering from Maltos Garcia, and he throws it to the screen. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Hondo right now just almost trying to throw it through the glove against him. This wouldn't be a bad idea to walk him. You're down in the count. You can't give in. If you're going to throw something, it's got to be a breaking ball right here.
And ball 4.
And that's fine. That's not a big deal. You walk him, you get the courtesy runner up there at first base, and you work on Tate Smith, who he struck out last time. And that could be Vigaria again as a courtesy runner.
I think that's who that is. Hayden Vigaria at first base. Tate Smith comes to the plate. Pitch from Maltos Garcia, fastball, strike, right down the middle.
Hondo's got 11 strikeouts in the game, just been a master of the strike zone.
Hondo brings the pitch to Griffith and ball inside. 1 ball and a strike to Tate Smith.
who did walk his first time up. Top of the fifth inning, 1-0 Eaton. The run came in the first inning. An unearned run on a beat digger error.
You couldn't ask for a better ball game, John.
Nope.
I love low-scoring ball games like this.
Yep.
And a curve ball. Strike from Maltos Garcia. Ball and 2 strikes to Tate Smith, first baseman for Eaton. Courtesy runner Hayden Vigaria leads off first base. Maltos Garcia the pitch. And the ball lined out to right field. It gets past Metlin in right field. And Vigaria is being waved home around third and scores. Oh, crashes. And we're safe at second with a double for Tate Smith. Vigaria slides to the plate. And his spikes caught, and he kind of rolled to the plate in order to score.
Well, it's now 2-0 Eaton, but again, that ball was misplayed in right field. It was a base hit. It was a sinking liner, but if Metlin keeps that ball in front of him, there's no way the runner scores in Vigaria. But unfortunately, that ball got by him. It skipped by him, and that's... Again, the B-Diggers are relying almost solely on Hondo to get the job done defensively because he's gotten very, very limited help.
Griffith.
Well, and then Hondo wondering where the backdoor pickoff was, but...
Yeah, I think Griffith ended up calling that. And communication between Moriarty and Shelton. Didn't see it. The pitch from Hondo upstairs. Ball 1.
Hondo just has to stay composed here. Keep it at a 2-0 game. He's at 100 pitches, so this is definitely his last inning. He wants to get through the fifth and then see what the bullpen can do.
Pitch from Maltos Garcia. Fouled back to the screen.
But Hondo's thrown a tremendous game. There's no doubt
Ball and
about
strike. Anytime you have 11 strikeouts.
Yeah.
11 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings.
Yeah, but they don't need to worry about that runner at second. Get this guy.
And a swing through the pitch. In the dirt. Breaking ball. Strike 2.
See, now last time he had the hitter 1-2 and Tate Smith and tried to sneak a fastball in the outside corner, and he lined it for a base hit into right. Let's see what he does this time.
Rider True chokes up on the bat. A little bit off the knob, and the pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I guess I need to describe that, as he chokes up. Some people might end up saying, well, he chokes up like he's getting ready to bunt. But I say he chokes up in order to shorten the swing. Pitch in the dirt, wild pitch.
Yeah, Hondo's got to just stay composed right now. He's operating way too much on adrenaline the last 2 pitches. I know he thought he should have had that other pitch back, but he threw the 1-2. It was just too fat out there. And Smith did shorten the swing.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and reaches out and taps it to the screen. Just stayed alive by the skin of his teeth. Count remains 3-2, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. Pitch from Maltos Garcia, and
yep, he didn't take it.
Didn't offer at it. It was close, but ball 4, and Rider True goes to first base, bringing up Dirk Duncan.
Well, this will be the final hitter he faces because Hondo's at 106 pitches, so you can get through this hitter. You can go past 110, but he's got to retire this hitter. If not, the B-Diggers have to bring in a fresh pitcher. 2-0 Brush trails in the top of the 5th inning.
Brush does have somebody warming up in their bullpen. I can't see the number from right here.
Your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all the surrounding areas is High Plains Bank. Find out more at highplainsbank.com.
Pitch from Maltos Garcia. Ball low. Runners at first and third for Eaton. 2 outs. This is where Maltos Garcia needs to dig down deep and say, I'm getting through this.
He just painted the corner there. It's 1-1.
Umpire was a little slow in responding on that, but did call it a strike. Count evens up 1-1. The pitch from Maltos Garcia and fouled back. Just taps it foul. Griffith picks the ball up and gets it back to Hondo. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dirk Duncan.
A run across, 2-0 Eaton here in the top of the 5th inning.
Get out of this inning right here. Pitch from Maltos Garcia. Ball, called it. It was in his eyes, but called a strike 3 looking. That's Maltos Garcia's last pitch. Eaton scores a run in the top half of the 5th inning to take a 2-0 lead over the Brush Beat Diggers. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we're back to Sunset Park in Brush. The Beat Diggers are behind in the score, 2-0 to the Eaton Reds. Ryan Uray pitching well, a shutout to this point. Kyle Wellin, the batter, number 13 on his back, steps to the plate, and the pitch from Uray. And Wellin hits the ball high and foul, and it comes back in amongst the fans, but it hit the screen, so everybody's safe. Foul ball, strike 1.
I will say this, the umpire behind the plate, I think it's been very good, but that was an awful call to strike out the previous hitter. That thing was up in the zone.
I agree. I mean, that one was
strikeout. Yeah,
right here
that was
in his eyes.
Yeah, you're going to miss one once in a while, and he missed that one.
Pitch from Uray, and Wellin swings through the pitch for strike 2.
Throw him a changeup or a sinker there, something off speed.
Uray is definitely talented, that's for sure. Pitch number 67. And takes something off there, and Wellin swings through the pitch for a strikeout swinging for the first out. Brings up Sam Metlin. Sam Metlin struck out his first time up. Oh, we got a change here.
Yeah, that's going to be Ivan Cardenas. That's a 10th strikeout for the Eaton left-hander. It's 2-0 Eaton, 1 down, bottom of the 5th inning in Brush. They scored a single run in the first inning, then Tate Smith with an RBI double in the 5th inning. The first inning run was unearned. Closed the book on Hondo. 110 pitches for the junior right-hander. He really did a tremendous job. His biggest struggle was in the first inning when he walked 2. But he goes 5 innings.
Cardenas swings through the first pitch. The offering from Uray.
And he did walk 5, but he struck out 12.
Left a number of guys on base.
Oh, yeah, he was good with traffic.
Pitch from Uray. And the Cardenas swings and misses. Pitch upstairs, letter high. Uray jumps ahead in the count, 0-2. For the 6th pitch in the inning with 1 out. And the pitch down and low. And Cardenas has a 1-2 count against Ryan Uray.
Well, keep in mind that the Bee Diggers haven't put a ball in play since the back-to-back base hits again by Griffith and Moriarty.
The pitch from Uray, inside corner at the knees, strike 3. Cardenas walks back to the dugout with the bat on his shoulder.
That's 11 strikeouts. We have 23 combined strikeouts in this game. Very emblematic of what we see in the majors nowadays with a lot of strikeouts.
Caden Schwent, the number 9 hitter, he walked his last time.
And stole a base.
And he steps in. Uray throws the ball way upstairs. Barr has to jump in order to be able to receive it. 1-0 to Schwent, number 14, the junior left fielder. Schwent went to a 3-2 count his last time against Uray and then walked on the 7th pitch of that at bat. 6th pitch. And the pitch from Ure, ball 3. Schwent must be just a little bit tougher. Sometimes mental block of being able to pitch to that number 9 hitter sometimes can get to a pitcher. Ure's throwing well, but 3-0 to Schwent. And walks on 4 pitches.
Let me tell you, that's a dangerous game that Ryan just played there, because you've got a power hitter in Shelton that is overdue. He struck out his first 2 times, and Braxton has home run power. He can easily tie this game on one swing. If he's made the adjustment, this is a setup here for a 2-run homer and a tie game in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That would bring the crowd to their feet. Coach Todd Hernandez comes out to the mound in order to talk to his pitcher.
Well, that's why that's a huge walk. A huge walk to Schwent. Second time he's walked him in the game.
Barr was already out talking to the pitcher. And, I think Ure is sitting on 75 pitches. I think Barr just wanted to make sure, hey, Ure, hey, Ryan, take it easy. We're good. But Coach Hernandez just came out to reaffirm that and said, you're my guy. Take it to him and keep doing what you're doing, because I like it. You're throwing a shutout. But that brings to the plate Braxton Shelton, leadoff hitter, number 18. On his back, the second baseman. Ure's pitch to Shelton, and Shelton swings through the pitch, and the throw from the catcher Barr down to the first baseman Tate Smith to make sure that Schwent doesn't take off. 0-1 to Shelton. Schwent stole second his last time. See if Shelton swings through the pitch. Count is 0-2. Now Coach might end up sending Schwent, just because you've got the top of the order for Brush at the plate, and if Schwent gets to second, great. If not, you still got the order there. Wild pitch from Ure to the screen, and Schwent moves up to second base. So Schwent's at second with 2 outs. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braxton. Nothing going at second base, but second baseman and shortstop are playing Schwent. Ure peers in for his sign from catcher Barr, and the pitch. And Shelton swings through the pitch. Schwent was stealing third, but Shelton strikes out swinging, and Brush leaves a runner on the bases. So after 5 complete innings, Eaton 2, Brush 0. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
John Beltran back with Kevin Fergus here in Brush. The Beat Diggers trail 2-0 as we head to the 6th inning. 2 runs on 3 hits for Eaton. No runs on 2 hits for the Beat Diggers. They've committed the only errors of the game, 2 errors. Eaton has stranded 8 and Brush has stranded 4. Hondo's now at third base. Cesar Hinojos is the new pitcher. And he deals with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Logan Moser, Ben Richter, and Cole Schumacher. Moser, or is this a new one? This might be a new one. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just heard a different name. Let's see if that's, I heard a McCormick in there.
They do have a McCormick on the roster.
Let's see if this is the guy hitting from the left side. We'll have to check out the number and the pitch. Fastball's up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, we'll get confirmation. That might be McCormick after all, because Moser did strike out twice. The pitch right down the middle. And the count is level at 1-1 on the fastball from Hinojos. A run in the first, 1 in the 5th for Eaton. The Beat Diggers with goose eggs across the board, but they had a huge opportunity in the 4th inning. And the offering. fastball is down and in. Ball 2, strike 1. Here to McCormick. The stretch where the base is empty. And the offering swung on and lifted to right center field and to his right and ranging underneath it. I don't know if that's Metlin anymore. The catch is made. Is that him out there still? No, that's Ivan Cardenas. Ivan Cardenas makes the catch. And there's one down. And he's got a lot of speed out there. There's lots of speed in the outfield. One out here for Ben Richter, who struck out and walked. And this Brush pitching staff is the best we've seen probably since the 2015 state runner-up. And the fastball's a strike on the outer half at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient, makes them the only stop you need. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fastball, a strike, down the middle at the knees again. No balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 Reds over the Bee Diggers in the top of the 6th inning. This game is not over yet. The Bee Diggers have got to figure something out once they get to the plate. They've just got to hold this team at bay. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 13 from a Bee Digger pitcher. The first for Sessad, and there's 2 down in the 6th inning. Here's Cole Schumacher, who has walked and struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Only Sessad just picking up right where Hondo left off.
These guys have been throwing, like I said, all winter, and they've been throwing here in the month of April.
Swung on and popped up, but that's going to head out of play off to the right side behind the first base bag and over the batting cage. No balls and 1 strike.
They're throwing their curveballs with a good bite, and it's doing what it needs to. I mean, this is middle of the season basically for them, well, and they're throwing it like gangbusters today. It's working very well against the Eaton Reds. They've not seen that in their practices up to this point.
No balls and 1 strike, and the offering. The bender is down and away from Hinojos. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down, bases empty, top 6. The Reds lead the Bee Diggers 2-0. They extended the lead on Tate Smith's 2-out RBI double in the 5th inning. Out of the stretch and the offering. Swung on and fouled to the screen on a breaking ball. Count is at 1-2. The Bee Diggers will have the heart of the order. They'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And the 2 and 3 hitters coming up both had base hits against Uri last time up. The pitch. Fastball is up and in. Ball 2, strike 2 to Schumacher. The defense today for Brush, the limited opportunities, I mean, they are not scoring well if you had to grade it. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Hinojos. Schumacher strikes out. It's a 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. 5.5 innings are complete with the score. Eaton 2, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bee Diggers trail the Eaton Reds 2-0. Tate Smith is the new pitcher. Ryan Uri now at first base. So close the book on the starter for Eaton. 5 innings. No runs on 2 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 12. And here is Ty Griffith, followed by Kayden Moriarty and Alejandro Matos Garcia against the right-hander Smith, a hard-throwing right-hander. And the wind and the pitch. Fastball is right down the middle for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here to Griffith, who has struck out and singled. Laying down the sign is Barr. He shakes it off. And now the 0-1. Fastball is a strike at the knees on the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. 26 combined strikeouts in the game. 12 by each starting pitcher. No balls and 2 strikes. And the offering and a check swing. The ball's in the dirt. On the breaking ball, it's 1-2. John Means threw a no-hitter for the Orioles today against the Mariners. He retired all 27. But there was a muff in there. I think they said that he might have either hit a batter and then got a double play or something like that. The pitch swung on and grounded us short. A big 2-hopper ranging in and throwing to first for the out, and retiring Ty Griffith is Walker Martin, and there's 1 down. Here is Kayden Moriarty, who popped to right and singled to left center. He's had 2 good swings today. So righty against lefty. Yeah, and yours got the unusual left-handed throw, right-handed hitter. Usually it's the other way around when you're one or the other. Wind and pitch. Swung on that. Is grounded to first. A huge hop, but the Eaton first baseman Ryan Urey's got it, and there's 2 down as he steps on the bag. Here is Hondo. Hondo has grounded out and struck out. He's 0 for 2. That's yeah. I got to do the same thing. There we go. And the pitch. And the breaking ball's on the inside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. I finally figured out, Kevin, I'm locking my.
Yeah.
Same thing will happen to me.
Yeah. Hondo's grounded out and struck out.
With 2 down and the bases empty in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That was a nasty curveball down and away, and it's 0-2.
Last time Hondo was at the plate, we had runners at second and third.
And nobody out.
And Hondo did not get bat on ball on that at bat.
Called strike 3. That curveball was right down the center of the zone. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tate Smith. 6 full innings have been played from Sunset Baseball Field. Eaton 2, Brush nothing. Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 7th, where the Bee Diggers trail the Eaton Reds in Brush by a score of 2-0. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Jaden Stone, Walker Martin, and Ryan Urey against this right-hander, Cesar Hinojos, who struck out 2 in the 6th inning. Stone steps out immediately. Yeah, Cesar looked very solid in the 6th inning, retiring the side in order. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 14 strikeouts by Brush pitching, 13 by Eaton pitching. The Reds have the lone runs of the game. Bounces in. You still have a shot if it's 2-0. I think if it goes 3-0 or 4-0, forget about it. I mean, you don't get shut out the whole game. All of a sudden you find the offense, especially against Tate Smith, who looked really good in the 6th inning. 2-0. That's a strike with a fastball down the middle at the knees. Ball 2, strike 1 to Jaden Stone. And the offering way upstairs and outside. It's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is fouled back. Three balls and 2 strikes to the opening hitter here in the top of the 7th inning, Jaden Stone. And the pitch is a called strike 3. Oh, that must have painted the inside corner. I think that could have gone either way, but it's a strikeout of Stone, and he is now 0 for 4 in the game, and there's 1 down. And Hinojos has faced 4 hitters and struck out 3 of them, and that'll send up Walker Martin, who has reached on an error, doubled and struck out. He's 1 for 3. Also hitting from the left side. And the pitch, that bounces in. That's now 28 strikeouts. What do we got here? You got 6 outs per inning, Kevin. So that's 37 outs in the
36, 37 outs.
And 28 have been strikeouts. Yeah. And the pitch swung on. That is popped up, foul, and out of play, off to the left. And the count is at 1-1. Nice to see contact, even if it's not in the field of play. A limited contact in this game.
The defense didn't have that many opportunities. And with that, they needed to be perfect in order to be able to put Brush where they needed to be. That's going to be fouled off down the left field line.
Let's see if Schwent giving chase has a chance. Foul territory. And did he make the catch? I think he might have got a glove on it. And did not make the catch. It's 1-2. Long run there for Caden Schwent, and nearly was able to make a play in foul territory with the ball twisting away from the left fielder. Yeah, and you got to get him out because you don't want the on-deck hitter Uri up there with anybody on base. The board says 2-2. I've got 1-2.
That's what I have as well.
The pitch in the dirt, right off the dirt. 2-2 went with a breaking ball. 4 up and 4 down that Cesar has faced so far against these Eaton Reds with 1 out in the 7th. 2-0 Reds. The pitch swung on, grounded right side, and it's a base hit just beyond the lunging first baseman Kyle Wellin. That is hit number 4 for the Reds, and Walker Martin, that is, has 2 for 4. And watch out because Ure has singled, struck out, and walked. And what is Cesar going to throw him? Because Cesar does not have the stuff that Hondo does. Well, you almost want to give him a free pass here. He is lethal. I mean, I've seen him hit some bombs. Swing and a miss on the off speed. That's how you're going to get him. You got to really have him out in front.
And he was swinging from the heels.
Yep, he was. No balls and 1 strike. There cannot be 1 fastball here in the strike zone. I don't care if the fastball is up and away. Not 1 fastball in the strike zone. If not, this will be 4-0 in a hurry. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is a strike, a high strike at that. It's 0-2. Well, this is the advantage you have, but the B-Diggers can not get comfortable here. No balls and 2 strikes. With a man at first, 1 down, the pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle. The shortstop Moriarty's got it. Flips to second for 1, and no throw to first. That was an odd flip there by Kayden. I don't know if he was thinking about going underhand with that. Kind of did a 3/4 flip, but they got the first out there at second. They got the short out, and there's 2 down. But the B-Digger shortstop did his job. That's all that matters at this point. 2 down for Tate Smith. He's got the only RBI of the game, the pitch, and that is blocked by Griffith. 1 ball, no strikes. With 1 on and 2 down. And Ure's going to run for himself at first base since he's no longer pitching. The offering, that's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. You feel like you still have an opportunity to tie or win this game if the score remains right here at 2-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. The pitch from Cesar. Swung on, chopped over the mound. The second baseman Shelton charges. Underhands to second for the force. And that does it for Eaton here in the top of inning number 7. They do not pick up a run. They get a base hit, no errors, and a man left. 6.5 innings are in the books. With the score, Eaton 2, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The B-Diggers trail the Eaton Reds in Brush 2-0. And here we go with David Wolfe to lead off the frame. He has walked and struck out. 2nd inning of work here for Tate Smith. And the B-Diggers have Wolfe, Hinojos, and Wellin in this frame. Brush has 2 hits in the game, back-to-back in the 4th inning. The pitch, fastball is low. They came from Griffith and Moriarty. Eaton only has 4 hits. The Reds have stranded 9. The B-Diggers have stranded 4. The right-hander looks in, and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is over but low, 2-0. If Brush gets a free pass, they'll get the tying run at the plate if they get anybody on base. The tying run would be at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. And Smith fires. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. It's 2-1. Single runs in the 1st and 5th inning for the Reds. And the pitch. Fastball down and away. Ball 3, strike 1, and there's no way you would think Wolfe would be swinging here. You got a better chance of walking than you do of getting a base hit via swing. 3-1 pitch. That is a strike at the letters. Oh, 3-2. Well, that's been called all day.
He's been pretty consistent right there.
Yep.
Just that one that he had that was up in the eyes, but other than that, he's been right there.
Swung on. That ball is grounded up the middle for a base hit into right center field. David Wolfe gets a seventh inning started with a single. And that'll bring up Hinojos, who has struck out twice. Well, at least the tying run's at the plate. And that's all you can ask for at this point. The tying run at the plate.
The clouds.
Oh, they're settling in. The sun is
settling in, and it's just kind of like this is the change. This is the change that Brush needs. Wolfe is on first. Hinojos at the plate.
Here we go, the stretch and the offering. Swung on and tapped foul at the plate off the hitter. No balls and 1 strike, so the B-Diggers pick up their 3rd hit of the game. A nice solid strike there up the middle by David Wolfe. Wellin and Cadenas are the next 2 hitters. If you can turn the lineup over, you've got a shot to even win it here in the 7th. The stretch and the offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Throw back to first, back in diving is Wolfe. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if you're Wolfe, you're going nowhere unless the ball's hit on the ground or there's a wild pitch. The sun is trying to sneak back through the clouds. No balls and 2 strikes to Hinojos. A 2-step lead for Wolfe at first, and the offering. And did he check swing at that? He might have gone through. They're going to say no, he didn't swing. Yeah, I don't think he went all the way through.
And the umpire at second base called him out.
Oh, boy. Well, he's rung up. He went through the zone. It's a strikeout of Hinojos, 1 down. Here's Kyle Wellin. And for Eaton pitching, that is now their 14th strikeout. Wellin has struck out twice. See, Kyle's got a lot of speed if he could bunt his way on. The pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, he's not going to hit that. He's not going to hit that. I mean, who is going to hit that? He's got to find a ball down in the zone. That pitch above the letters, that's a Mike Trout area maybe. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering. And a check swing there. He definitely didn't go through there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice discipline there by the B-Digger first baseman, Kyle Wellin. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Bottom 7, 2-0 Eaton. We are in Brush in the regular season opener. Laying down the sign is Brogan Barr. Runner goes. Swung on. That ball is chopped to third. A big hop there for Duncan. Throws to first in time. Nice swing there by Kyle Wellin. Had a pitch to hit. And there's 2 down. Well, the last shot will be Ivan Cadenas, who struck out looking 2 innings ago. And Ivan is a strong hitter. If he can get something to hit, he can deadlock this game at 2. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th, and he calls time. He wants to get his timing on here. They've had some good swings here against Smith. Got a couple of balls on the left side, and the base hit, of course, by Wolfe to begin the inning.
That was a hard hit ball up the middle.
And the pitch is a strike with a bender. Belt high. It's 0-1. More like letter high there.
See, that's what Smith has that they're not getting good wood on is when he throws that bender, that off-speed pitch.
No balls.
It has a good break to it.
Right. No balls and 1 strike. 2 down, a man at second. 2-0 Eaton in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch. That's right there. You got to swing at that one. He thought it was a fastball coming at 0-2. And Ivan did not start this game, so he's going to have to be aware that this pitch could be anywhere in the zone. It could be in the dirt. No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch and the offering. Up and in with a fastball. 1-2. We'll have a brief recap because it's only a 2-0 game. Off of second is Wolfe. Barr lays down the sign. And the pitch called strike 3. 3 breaking balls. He didn't swing at any of them. And the Eaton Reds have won the game 2-0 to open up the 2021 season. A 1-minute break And we'll recap it after this on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Beat Digger postgame show brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Along with Kevin Fergus, I'm John Beltran. The final score in the 2021 regular season opener: Eaton 2, Brush nothing. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 9 left for the Reds. No runs for the Beat Diggers, 3 hits, I should say, and 2 errors. 5 left on base. The winning pitcher was Ryan Uri, going 5 innings, striking out 12, allowing just 2 hits and walking 3. Alejandro Maltos Garcia took the loss, but he pitched one heck of a game as the Beat Digger right-hander went 5 innings, and he struck out 12, allowed 3 hits, walked 5. He threw his full arsenal of pitches at 110. Hinojos, a nice job in relief, striking out 3 over 2 innings. Time of the game, 1 hour and 54 minutes. Eaton took the lead in the very first inning, and it really hurt there because with 1 down, a man at second after a walk and a wild pitch, it was a ground ball hit by Walker Martin, misfielded by Wellin, and that allowed Shoemaker to score. Schumacher, and that made it 1-0. It was 1-0 until the 5th inning, with 2 down, a man at first, and a line drive by Tate Smith landed for a double. The ball got away, and that made it 2-0 as Hayden Vegeria, the courtesy runner, scored from first. The biggest opportunity came in the 4th inning. Back-to-back singles from Griffith and Moriarty. A wild pitch got him to second and third, but Uri struck out the next 3. And that was essentially it, Kevin. The opportunities were there. But you know what? If I'm Brush and I lose that game 2-0, and I were to grade the 3 areas, the pitching, I would say, was pretty much a B+. There were some walks in there, but B+, A- at the worst. The hitting approach, okay, you know what? You can't. You got to grade on a curve here because you're facing some of the best pitching in the state. So you figure the grade, it might be a C-, maybe a D+ because they struck out too many times. The defense, though, has got to improve. I mean, in a game like that, we could be in the 8th inning right now.
Absolutely.
Because the defense was awful. The defense was, and again, I just want to be objective, all right? This is not about slamming kids. This is, or slamming the team. This is taking the information and the data and the performance that we saw and giving it an honest assessment, all right? We're not targeting certain individuals, but as a team, that was a D to D- performance defensively with the limited opportunities that the Beat Diggers had when there weren't strikeouts registered by either Hondo or Cesar Hinojos.
Yeah, they need to cinch that up most definitely, and I'm sure Coach Odell will have that taken care of as they move forward. But they have a quick turnaround. I mean, they play Eaton again tomorrow up at Eaton, so they've got that game going on up there, and then they'll have a little bit of time to work on Friday, and I don't think they'll practice Saturday, but then next week, with possible a rain day in Fort Collins, because I'm looking at the forecast, and
it's bad.
And you're looking at Sunday afternoon. It starts raining and it doesn't end until Tuesday morning.
Right.
And so that'll be tough in order to be able to get those games in, but I'm sure Coach Odell will address that and talk to his team about making sure that they cinch up their defense and they just play a lot better. Give up one unearned run, and I mean they're right in this ball game. And like what you're saying, John, absolutely. I mean you're facing a kid that's going D1, and you lose 2-0, but. Could Brush be better? Absolutely. They definitely can be better in order to be able to compete in the Patriot League.
Well, Hondo pitched one heck of a game. Like I said, struck out 12 over 5 innings, which is exactly the number that Ryan Uri registered for Eaton. As the 2 teams you mentioned, they'll be back in action tomorrow from Eaton, 4 o'clock first pitch. And you'll be joined by Evan James for that broadcast. I'll be on B106 and B106.com with Fort Morgan's regular season opener not that far away when they take on the Northridge Grizzlies. Outstanding job, as always, by our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condos, for Kevin Fergus. I'm John Beltran. The final score of this afternoon's opener from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush, Eaton 2, the Beat Diggers 0 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.